Hello everyone, welcome to this lab. In this lab, we are going to find a BIOS or UEFI settings. Here is the scenario. You are the IT administrator for a small corporate network. The employee in Office 1 has mentioned several times that their computer seems to be slow. You have decided to explore the possibility of upgrading the computer by determining its current status. In this lab, your task is to access the computer's BIOS or UEFI settings. Do this by starting the computer, then press F2 or Del before the operating system load. Then answer the questions. That is kind of short statement, but it's really critical and very important information that you need to know because we are talking about BIOS. BIOS is the first information that loaded to the computer once we are start the power button. And if we get into the BIOS, then there's a lot of setting or the configuration that we can able to change or that we can able to check if there's any issue in BIOS. So this is very much what we are going to do. So in order to do this, the first thing that we have to check is where this issue is actually happening. That is very much in Office 1, which is we are already in Office 1 computer, so we don't need to go anywhere. Actually, we just need to do that in here. So in order to do that, what we need to do, as it's already given, the information is already given to us, so we have to do by restarting the computer. So let's do that. So we have to hit the window button and then restart, go to the power option, and then restart the computer. So as the computers keep restarting, I think you don't really have to press right now, but once it's get blacked out, that's when you press right away. So when it's loaded at the beginning, you don't have to press, but once the screen is getting dark, press F2 and very much you will be in the BIOS as you see right here. So what it say is to answer the question because there's the question that given to us. We can follow the question, and I think that's a very simple way to do it because instead of like, oh, you are just wondering what's going on, but you can just go through the question and answer question one by one. So the first question is asking what the BIOS version number. That is very important. So as you see right here, mostly you get this information under the general, but it depends on the question. You maybe need to move another part, but for this one, we can able to find that information under general and system information because every information related to the system will be listed under here, including the memory, type of processor, say different kind of thing. So bio is the first one. It's right there, which is 1610, which is the B here. The other question is how many memory is installed in the computer. Great, as I already mentioned, we can able to check the memory. There's different type of memory down here. So like very much the numbers added up together. So as you see right here, the memory available is what actually available. The memory speed and the information memory channel, like it says dual, the memory technology, which is DDR4. We can keep moving, but the question is actually asking memory installed, which means the memory install is right there, which is 16384. Not megabyte, that gigabyte. So you can, this is not gigabyte, this is megabyte. So you can change that to gigabyte and compare how many gigabyte this could be. So we can move on. And who is the manufacturer of installed processor? That is really great question. So we can so you see down here. So the processor type, and you see down here, there's the Intel i7, which has the number given to us. So that's the version of the Intel, and 3.2 gigahertz is the speed of this processor, just the CPU. So because of that, we can just type as the Intel. I think for sure that will be work. You don't have to type entire of this stuff. And we move on to the other question, which say how many hard drive are installed. So we're not going to be answer only one single question, but we can move on. So how you know how many hard drive is installed? The way you know is like depend on how many SATA that's available and what is actually connect to that. Is that how you know like how many is it? So as you see right here, there's even though the number is listed, sometimes there's nothing here. So if there's nothing here, that means you can go whatever is available. But for number 1, 2, 3 listed down here, everything is connected, and there's the number of a gigabyte that's listed there, so we can go with 3. And then moving on, question number 5. So what the status of the integrated NIC? That is the network interface card. We can check that by maybe, I think it's still, maybe we can, you can click on question and you can move it that one back, but we can look under if there's any network information find, and let's see where we can get that information from. Maybe we cannot able to get that under, so let's see, maybe not able to get that down here. So as you see down here, so we have to move to the system configuration. Under the system configuration, we found that there's the integrated NIC. So the question, we can back to the question and let's say, what is the status of integrated NIC? So under the system, so we can click on that, and as you see right here, is enabled. All right, so the answer is enabled. And what the current state of a USB, that's as you see right there. So the USB is USB configuration. Click on that, and everything looks like enabled as well. But we can make sure, click on the question and see everything. So the internal USB port, enable boot support, that controller, so everything is that's the USB 3 controller right there. That's enable. So with all that answered, I think we are safe to say score the lab to make sure we get all the correct. If it's not, we got to redo it. Let's score. All right, amazing. As you see, we are successfully score 100%, and that's it, what you need to do for this lab. And thank you for watching. See you in next lab.